What's up, everybody? It's HBCU Game Day, joined by my man Neely. He's got a birthday coming up too, man. We're gonna celebrate a little later in the week, but people in Jackson are pretty excited right now because this weekend, not only is it the Big 5-0 for you, but Deion Sanders has his football camp coming up, and today we found out that there's going to be a star-studded cast of coaches. Neely, who's going to be there, man, at the vet on the sidelines working with these kids on Friday?
You hit it. It is star-studded. When Coach Prime first came to us, everyone made these assumptions, rightly so, about his relationship capital, and he has certainly got on the phone and called in some close friends. And so this camp is going to be one for the record books for these young people to get exposure. Terrell Owens, Nate Newton, Tyrann Mathieu, DeMarco Davis from right here in Metro Jackson, Antoine Bethea. He's got a who's who list of folks who are coming in town to work this camp and give some one-on-one instruction with these players.
You know what's funny? The first thing I thought when Coach Sanders first got there, one of the local TV stations had a erroneous report. They kind of jumped the gun, said sources say, the coaching staff's going to be T.O. and Nate Newton and all these guys. I was like, no, it seems like that's the staff for his camp.
Yeah.
That's what it turned out to be.
Yeah, the guy has such deep relationships, in media, in sports, in business, that when he was first hired, every time there was a rumor that somebody was in town or spotted at a restaurant, Nate Newton is here to be offense coordinator, or T.O. is here to be the wide receivers coach. But this is just the guy being Coach Prime, that has a bevy of relationships with people that want to see him succeed and see him be successful in the HBCU market space. So they're coming to help out with this camp. And what's unique about it, most camps are typically on a Saturday or typically during the daytime. This is a Friday night camp. Get to show off the home team stadium, playing at the Veterans Memorial Stadium. So it's going to be a great evening. He's got the position groups coming in slotted times. So it's going to be some work, and it's sponsored by Gatorade. So the hydration will be right.
Yeah, that'll be on point. We were talking earlier this week, Neely, and Neely's from the pregame show there in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Always got to get that in. When they first announced this camp, man, it filled up with kids like that, right?
Yeah, the link went out public in about 30 minutes. It was full. The capacity for the camp is 300 kids. Coach Prime is only charging, I think you can guess the amount, $21. Only charging $21 for this camp. And so those slots were gone in a hurry once the camp became open to the public. And this is not your run-of-the-mill camp where, kids are running around and in the jump house or, eating hot dogs and just having a community event. This is an elite level camp with elite level instruction, with measurements and metrics to go with it. So he's calling out rising ninth graders all the way up to JUCO kids who want to come out and get this exposure and see some other coaches from other conferences and other schools. So it's not just these high profile athletes who are giving some time back in instruction. They're going to be coaches from around, because one thing Coach Prime is big on, every guy can't come to Jackson State. We want all the dogs, but there's more dogs than we can handle. So he wants to expose them to other universities. And as he says, shoot your shot.
And it's funny, like, this is foundationally how college programs, build up their recruiting. Like, this is part of the process. Like, on my, Facebook timeline, my friends, a lot of them in North Carolina, I already see their kids are at the UNC prospect camp, or, they're at some of these other SEC or ACC schools, and they're proud of it and happy, and rightfully so. And not to say that other HBCUs don't do camp, but to be on par with how it's done at the highest level, like, this is just one of the many things that you have to do, right?
It is. And Coach Prime, when he was announced September 21st, we talked about leveling the playing field. We talked about, building on tradition, blazing new trails. And this is just part of that process. If you want to go to the next level, you have to do things on the next level as far as your marketing, recruiting, and exposure. So bringing these young people to Jackson, because they're coming from all around, bringing these young people to Jackson, not just the athletes themselves, but their families, to get to spend a weekend in Jackson on Juneteenth weekend. So there's some other events taking place. Get to see the campus, see the city. So it's certainly a feather in the cap for recruitment, because you get to see that stadium, the locker rooms with the murals of our past great players and Hall of Famers. So it is a feather in the cap for recruitment. It's because it's exposure. So now kids are getting to see, oh, this is where we play. This is the locker room. These are the kind of coaches and networking and exposure that I can get coming to Jackson State. And so we're just excited about it. It'll be this Friday night, June 18th at the Vet.
And, the way social media works, you want to be able to have that imagery and see, current and past NFL stars physically on your campus. Like that carries weight as well, right?
It does. It does. This is something where you get that connectivity, where you get that in the front of your mind. You start to think about Jackson State, the NFL, Jackson State relationships, even from the marketing standpoint with Gatorade being a sponsor. It just all ties together because we're moving into that era of name, image, and likeness. So these kids at this camp are going to be that first wave of collegiate athletes that are going to likely get to get some financing done for their name and their image and their likeness. And what better place to be associated with than Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, and all that he brings to the table in marketing, business, and football.
Yeah. Neely, what are you most excited about? Look, those are some of your former favorite players. You're going to be out there. You guys are going to be broadcasting live, too, on Friday, right?
Yeah, the pregame show is going live. We're going to broadcast during some of the drills, get some interviews out there. And you're right, I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. This is my partner, Charles Bishop. So looking forward to talking to Nate Newton and Terrell Owens. But, again, being here regionally, Saints are a big market. So you got a Saints player here. You got Tyrann Mathieu from LSU that's down in New Orleans. He's going to be here. So lots of guys to get some thought and feedback on and get some quotes and some feedback from how they like being in that HBCU environment and how important it is to help Coach Prime be successful.
All right. Sounds like it's going to be a good time. The pregame show is going to be on top of it. Neely, how can people, if they're not connected with you guys on social media, what's the best way to connect to make sure they follow you guys?
Sure. Facebook at the pregame show. And you'll see our logo there. Same for Instagram and same for Twitter at that's THEE pregame show. And we'll be streaming the content live on this Friday. So you just follow one of those pages and you'll get to see us out there at the Vet.
All right, man, you're clean in that red JSU jersey right there, and you look. Show us the guns, man. You even go.
Hey, well, this is
sleeve.
this is the Belichick version hoodie, so it's a little short sleeve action on there. It's a little too hot to go full sleeve, but we're trying to coach it up down here.
Looking good, man. Well, one day you're going to get a hoodie for your beard, man. You just need a whole new outfit for
I might surprise you and shave it for my birthday.
Oh, then I'll have nothing to get on you about, man. That's my point of entry. That's my point of entry. We show love by cracking jokes, man. If you get rid of the beard, I got to start the whole game over.
You get me on the beard and the one name. So when I shave my beard and start going by my full name, you'll have nothing. You'll have no ammo.
I'll be totally useless then in all of our conversations. All right, he's Neely from the pregame show. They're going to be going live Friday night live, the football camp, the star-studded camp, Deion Sanders, Jackson State, Friday night. Make sure you check them out. Neely, thanks a lot, man. We'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you. Glad to be